Sorry guys, I had forgotten to mount the microphone, but they were on the nane yimbia. She don't want me. Yes, I tell her. I tell you that, but you don't care. You don't give a damn, you don't dare. My number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never ever, but you make me beg. You make me beg. Every time I come over, you make me beg. But why? Why? But why? Give me some love, be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Generate all of things, many things don't mean nothing. For as long as you got my heart, yeah. I say yes, I say no, I say baby let's take it slow. You are my number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never give back, but you make me beg. You make me beg. Every time I come over, you make me beg. But why? But why? But you never ever take what I say. Good morning, my people. How are you doing today? You rock my world. It goes around and round. So guys, I hope you're doing well. Yesterday to Aguze Morokabiri, we bought a Rumion, we bought a Subaru Impreza, all from the bond. I'm going to post them today and I'll share the entire story tomorrow. Today we are entirely talking about, we are comparing self-employment versus being employed, okay? In channel tugenda okwogera ku moroka ze na inspecting ze gulo ze twaguze, and the stories are quite interesting, yeah? But today let's stick to comparing being employed versus self-employment. How are you? Mwasuse mutia muyombya makwe bale kukera Charles Sebaduka. Sebaduka ngobuze nyo. Lucky Mose, Joseph Bari Kudembe, Touch Events, Victor Bolaise, Pascoli, my VIP, bonsoir. Aramat Photography. Good morning, my people. Nabadi Mukamori. How did you sleep? Today is Lifestyle Wednesday. Egronadu se 7k mwazi nabye. Katingena kudamu kuduka Friday. Kane umuze. Chris Fitness yangambo you know ko umuzam. So rakubasa duka Monday. I was supposed to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I'm going to do Friday. So next week we go back to normal scheduling. I ran Monday, I ran Wednesday, I ran Friday. But I hope you guys slept well. Yeah. Being employed versus self-employment, which is better? Now, when we say Pascoli mo guys, we are talking, when we say being employed, we mean someone that works for another individual or for another party. By another party means a company, yeah, an organization, government. That's being employed. So basically someone else pays you to work for them. And then being self-employed, we are talking about you being your own boss and probably being the boss of other people. Which is better? If you bought that chigege and you were driving it, yeah, that would qualify for being self-employed. But if that chigege belonged to someone else and they let you drive it and either paid you daily or weekly or monthly, or you came to an agreement with them that you make a certain amount, take a certain amount, then you would be employed. Yeah? If you worked for a fuel station as a manager or as a pump attendant or as a cleaner or as a marketing person, you would be employed. If someone else pays you in form of wages or salary, you'd be employed. However, if you owned the fuel station, you'd be either self-employed or a business owner. But we're going to stick to the term self-employed this day. Let's compare it. But then you're gonna self-employed is pure suffering. That when you're self-employed, you're going to be suffering all the way. You don't have off days. On Monday, I was reviewing the Audi TT, I think. Was it this Monday or last Monday? And it belonged to someone that works in a bank. And he said, I have 2 days off this week. For us, we can't have off days. As a self-employed person, you don't have right to an off day or an off month, especially because self-employment and business ownership are different. They're almost the same, but they're quite different. And entrepreneurship as well. Self-employment means you have to be at the job. But because you're self-employed, you're literally employed by yourself. So off days or Sundays, your schedule might actually be very unpredictable. Sometimes you work up to like 1 a.m. and no one even feels like, oh, maybe we should pay this person overtime. No one. You cannot ask anyone. So that's self-employment. So I want us to compare. We're talking about this on Monday. What do you guys think is better? Is it better to be self-employed, and why? Or is it better to be employed somewhere, and why? For now, I'm going to be neutral. I've not been on both sides of I've only been in self-employment all my life. Yeah, but I also want you to know that some of us, we did not get a chance or an option of being employed somewhere. By default, you have to start employing yourself the moment you get out of campus. I think I was what you would want to call employed. Nalimbaka imbira drama actors when I was in my senior for vacation, and there I was a student actor. That's what they call them. It's not really official. You're an actor, but so what I joined in my S4 VAC, and I was part of a very big production. The production was called Kawa. We actually had a song manga. Kawa, akawa, kawa, 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 kawa. Yeah. Akawala, akawa, kawa, because Kawa is a name. So Akawala, who is a girl, who gave a girl called Kawa, Kawa, which is coffee, which is sour. So they're asking, where is she from? Akawala, akawa, kawa, akawa, kawa, kawa. Kawa, 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 kawa. Well, we used to sing it better when there was training there. So I was part of a production called Kawa. It was a big production. And I think I had a very bad experience there. Where vakusimo, sembe de masu. Obanku ite konku de masu. Master ziti sangalo ole. What's funny with people like this person, eh? Goyinzo kujja omuyite kati n'alinnyo omuliro akusookeyo. Nanga tayagala omuyingiremu n'alinnya akaliro akulemese. Abayi tewali kimpapya amafuta nkombako bukombi. I just comb the fuel. So anyway, I did not have a very good experience with Bakayimbira. I would walk on foot every day to go for rehearsals. I'd go by 5 p.m. and leave around 11 p.m. and I would walk back and forth. Twali back wali waita Pride Theatre. And Bari Kudembe Jose, good morning. And I'd walk back to Mutundwe at night. And at that time I was 16 years old. Okay? And during the same period of time, I almost started my own drama group. I did not have a capital, so I moved around. He's the owner of Bukora Chemical Industries. He's the owner of St. Joseph of Nazareth, Container Village in Awowawe. At that time, I didn't even know. I just knew a rich person, Kuchalo. So I went to his fence name, Konkona Nene Anjula. That guy gave me 50,000 shillings. And then there is another lady, Bamita Auntie Betty Motonwe. She gave me 20,000 shillings. So I had a bit of capital, yeah, to start the drama group. And because I needed to give people transport when we came for rehearsals and food. The experience I had in Bakayimbira, which was sponsored, it had very good sponsorship to the extent that every person that came to the show to watch as an audience member got a plate of food and a bottle of beer. Yeah? But fabazanyira abantu abo tetwali yadde ekintu. We did not eat anything. Right? So it was that bad. So I had a very bad experience there, and I thought people like these ones should not be employing us. Right? Fabali a little bit, and then I got exposed, and then after getting exposed I went to school to study the same, and I think which made me very qualified to actually start something where artists should be respected, and that's why I started the company called Dynamo. I started it when I was at campus in my first year, and it was basically because I saw what people were going through. Even when I was at campus, I'd go work for these big men. I would go work for them. But then I realized one thing is that they did not respect people that worked for them. So I thought I'd create an environment where artists are actually respected. They feel respected and they feel valued, and they feel like their time is valued and they are also valued. And yeah, so that's how I started that. And from the time we started, people would actually get transport allowance. Well, we did not have a lot of money to give them, but we gave them something. Nze kasitotandika okunsaba okuyingira layini oba tomanyi mmotoka olina kuyingiza kibuli oba tosobola kibuli oba kapere oba kapere bw'oba tosobola kuyingiza kibuli nze wange toyingira yo yaba oba n'osaba nnyo n'obeera very humble. You're either you know how to drive or you're very humble. If you're not both either of those things, you cannot enter my line. So that's how I started Dynamo, and we went on. So for me, being self-employed was never really an option. Yeah, it was never really an option. It just had to happen. And then I was at campus, and then I also worked for lecturers, guys that you would think are exposed. Yeah, abasajja ba professor, abakazi ba professor, ninga nabo tebaagala kusasula abakozi. Okitegeera nga tibagala nga ne baba sente the money, because the professors don't actually use their money. They get projects. When they get projects, they hire students, and they're supposed to pay the students because they have received a lot of money, but they did not also pay. So I thought to myself that in our industry, we need people that could start businesses where artists are actually respected, and that's how I started it. There have been a lot of ups and downs and all, but so far I find that we are so good. It's very hard for artists that come from my company to go and work somewhere else, because here they feel valued and respected. So I think when someone goes to get employed, one of the things they are looking forward to is being valued, respected, their time valued and respected, their effort valued and respected, right? And they want to feel fulfilled, to do the things that they love. One of the reasons why people end up being self-employed is because then they feel they're doing something that they love. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why people do be self-employed. They realize that there is nowhere I can actually do what I love on my terms. So I'll start a business that is my own, and then I'll do what I have to do on my own terms. That's one of the reasons why people get self-employed, right? So why do people get employed? Some people I talked to some people yesterday as well, and they told me that one of the reasons why people stay in employment is because they have responsibilities, and the jobs help them cater for their responsibilities. So they cannot get out of employment. But if it were not for responsibilities, they'd actually be out of employment. It totally makes sense. Yeah, it totally makes sense that you have school fees to pay, you have food to buy and stuff like that. So for you to be able to put food on the table, to be able to pay rent, you need to stay employed, because you don't know in self-employment what is going to happen. Yesterday in the modern juice Yagambi, self-employment is war. You don't even get offs. Like, I've seen people that are employed, if there is no work on Saturday, there is no work on Saturday. But self-employed people, you cannot say those things. You can't. Like, the moment you say those things, your business is going under. So guys, we are comparing. I need you to tell me what you think. Do you think it's better to be employed, or it's better to be self-employed, and why? Give us reasons. Chisambira Daniel Frederick VIP, good morning. Motion by Benji, Paul Sema, John the Info, Kambezi VIP, Richard Aki, good morning. Today we are giving you another episode of the Project Car, guys. I think it's already uploaded. By the way. So guys, we are comparing self-employment and being and why. Go to build a experience. It would be a very nice thing. For people that have been on both sides to share their experience, and for the people that are in self-employment. Charles Sebaduka is saying self-employment is the best. Why? Tell us why it's the best. Now, me, I've been a self-employed all my life. That's what I say. All my adult life, because in Bakambida I was 16. But all my adult life, I've been self-employed, and I can tell you it's not the best. It's not the best. Okay. I've seen people that are living a good life and nobody employed. So I can never employment is the best. Self-employment is a struggle. But most people that are self-employed are doing it because they have something to achieve, or they have someone to do, or for some of us it's not really a choice. I think I'll do very well as a director at a theater. Yeah, I do very well being creative and deciding what production is being done, what actor does what, deciding which scenic designer we work with, which sound person we are going to. I think I'll do a very good job there. But we don't have theaters in Uganda. The National Theater in right? But I think I'll do a very good job. I've been to Europe where directors get, of course, it's in the industry, it's almost the same thing. But at least in Europe, it's a bit different. The government funds those guys as directors. It can hire directors, it can hire all these people. So I think I'll do a very good job there. But such things don't exist in Uganda. So for me, I don't think it's a choice. I don't think I have a right to actually tell you which is best. I don't think that self-employment is best. Self-employment, for most people that I know, they have no choice. They have to do it. Otherwise, they will not eat. Good morning, Council Patrick Asiku. We are comparing being employed and self-employment. Which is best and why? Do you think self-employment is better? Why do you think it's better? Do you think being employed is better? Why do you think it's better? So that's what we are comparing. I was once employed, then switched to self-employment. You stand a high chance in time management, decision making. Okay. Charles, what do you mean time management? Decision making. Yeah, decision making is something. But you see that also the thing with employment is that there are decisions you don't have to make because they have been made by a system that is already existing. The thing with self-employment is that you have to figure out a lot of things. You get it? You have to figure out a lot of things. And Charles, I know you're in the same business that you're employed in, right? So it's easy for you to be self-employed because you were once in employment. So the systems you saw or the systems that you used where you were employed are the systems you import into your own business, right? So it's quite easy. You see, the thing with employment, it feels like you don't have power over decisions, but there are some decisions that have been made, and it's just good that you don't have to make those decisions because those decisions are harder to make. The decisions are easier when you have experience or when you have worked in a system close to that. Someone used to advise some time ago, he said that you need to go and be employed somewhere first for like 10 years and learn how systems work. Some of us did not get the chance to actually go to places, work in places where systems existed. Like in the performing arts, like nobody has systems. We are all just building the systems in place. Ochitege, right? Today in systems. Today in systems. And most of the people that are building systems are importing systems from other industries and being. Now, the personalization is where the problem comes in. So, guys, we are comparing what is best: employment, being employed, or self-employment. Why do you think whatever you have chosen is the best? That's a discussion today because today is Lifestyle Wednesday, and our life will be better, and we'll buy better cars if our life is definitely better. What do you guys think is best? Paul Beam high, Benjamin Senfuma high. So Charles Agamba are switching over employment again. I'm self-employment. The year he says that you have better time management, you can make decisions when you're employed. Osegira wali bakusadira okumpe buli kimu. Arthur, I've remembered female lecturers yali agenda kundya because was so young and naive, was bright, and of course unit yita bulungi. At what happened? I'm sure you're not telling us the end. Arthur, I am both the corporate world and self-employed. That's good. That's good. But I can't quit because of most of my customers. I get them from networking in the corporate world. The ecosystem can coexist. Exactly. Thank you, Jesse. You see, I was talking about this thing on Monday. That some people, actually, Jesse, you're not self-employed. You're a business owner. Ochegera, you own a business outside your employment, but it's literally the same thing. The thing that I was sharing with you guys on Monday, Jesse is confirming it. You can actually own your own business while also being employed. Ochegera. Now, I totally understand that some workplaces, that will be why, but because what you say. Someone was telling me on Monday, at their workplace, when you buy a good car, they fire you. Why? At their workplace, when you buy a good car, they fire you. But there are so many workplaces where you can buy a good car and still be in peace. Right? That person was actually telling me that for them in their workplace, they can't buy a car and put it in their own names. So they keep buying a car, putting it in other people's names. I also know a big man of about 50 years, and he was lying to some people. But I think he's trying to avoid okitegeera naye bw'avuga alina akalayisi buli omu kamanyi nti kekake ako bwakavuga akaleta butereevu paka ku mulimu okitegeera. I don't know what that is about, but I find that there are so many workplaces that are that over the toxic. Is that what you call toxic workplaces, where people are scared? People are scared of showing that they have a bit of assets. In figuring out challenges, it's where the growth and development surfaces. Well. I find that everyone can actually figure out problems and solve problems. Everyone has decisions. Like I don't know if it's how I work with people. I think everyone would want to work with someone that can find a challenge and find a solution for it and offer a solution for it. I think when you're self-employed, you sort of just feel like you have a lot of control over the problems than when you're employed. Because when you're employed, you have to before you take a decision, you have to ask someone. When you're self-employed, you decide. You just decide, let me do this way. But also self-employment comes with a lot of risks. Risks self-employment. I don't know if you guys understand that as well. Mr. Jesse, you're right. Networking is very crucial. You can be employed at the same time be self-employed. But goes well if you have structures or systems to enable. Yes. President Antonio, how are you? Today we are comparing being employed versus self-employment. Which is better and why? That's what we are talking about. You own the vision. You are in control of all aspects. Now, right, it's 8 months down the road. I see progress. I multitask, which wasn't the case back then. Self-employment must be passion-driven. That's the difference. But sometimes self-employment can be money-driven. No matter there is an opportunity here, I can take advantage of it. No, you go all in and you decide, let me just do it. Let me do it. So guys, which is better and why? Charles is celebrating the fact that he has control over his time. He can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. He can multitask, he can do different things at the same time. Never were employed. And the thing with jobs, sajama boda okuimi that is jafa. The thing with jobs, you are on your feet literally all the time. Mukama owa join okumulaga nti okola artist buka oba tambula ogende left and right alabe nti okola. But when you're self-employed, osobola okwerimba nti okola nga tokola. With self-employment, you manage your time. Mike Joe, thank you very much for the 30 knock, for 30 krona. Guys, I want you to also consider the challenges that come with being self-employed. Me, I find that one of the biggest challenges of self-employment is the risk, the uncertainty of what will happen tomorrow, what will happen next month. The URA calls, the KCC lockdowns. Luli nali kajimu eri kaleerwe. Aba KCC ne bajjanga bayitamu nga bebagalawo. Bateekawo n'ensango omukazi wa saalu ne mulaba bami ng'ayingiza ebintu bye. Naye kale license ya mitwalo 25 naye mulemye. Why omukulembeze agenda ayitawo amagye nganda bamwegali. Ninga mitwalo 25 gimulemye. And then I realized abakozi be bakozesa bagenda kuvaawo mu yo saluni ye bagende basibire enviri mu saluni endala. Okitegeera ye kyatasobola kukola avaawo nga she's going to look for money to pay for the license. And of course, guys, self-employment is nice when you have systems in place, but the systems have to be built by someone. Now, of course, there are industries that don't have systems at all. Though self-employment needs a lot of commitment, guys. They usually underrate it. So guys, we are comparing being employed versus self-employment. Which is better and why? Chigege chamse. Chigege yo, it has cham cards. We are comparing being employed versus self-employment, which is better? Fahad Lubuka Nectar, self-employment, you can get a jackpot, yet employment salary is fixed. Charles, honestly, now I'm from site, now heading to office. Now, when you're employed, you're benefiting from the look from the one that took the risk. But I know people that are employed that are coming from wherever they are coming right now. I find that abantu abamu lwaki basasulira emirimu gya local government n'asasula million mukaga afuna omulago ayingire ku payroll is because emirimu gya government jaswaga Uganda ne bwomala wiki nga togenze kukola. Of course there are ministries that are very strict, that they have established systems to figure out who is not working, who is dodging and all. But like in education, abasomesa afuna omulimu gwa government ayingira payroll n'avaayo n'agenda asomesa ewalala ngenda mu government asomesayo olunaku lumu. There is someone that I met one time n'angamba nga bamuweeyo mu kyalo eyo n'angamba nze ate eno mu kyalo gye njagala, mu kyalo eno nsobola okukola buli kye njagala. Obusomero bw'omu kyalo bukweguya, ogendayo olunaku lumu n'osomesa class zo zonna kati n'ogattako private schools and your own other businesses. I think it depends on what kind of arrangement you have. But guys, let me tell you one thing. If I had to choose, if the choice existed in the Narigenza como employment, self-employment, there is self-employment that doesn't really need a lot of work. There is that. Like if you're self-employed, katinga Charles go industry jolimu. Guys, Charles is a money lender. Charles is a money lender. Kat industry jolimu, as long as you have the money and it's there and you have like the system flows. But there are industries like mine where you periodically need to be very creative, and then you need to also have the systems, people management system, money management system, operation management system and stuff like that. That's quite hard. So I'd rather be in one department and do it very well. Tell Samuel, hi. Just as again, my business is boosted by the big name of my employer I work for. People easily trust me because I work for a reputable company. I can get favors. Okugenda kuwonera ddala Antonio. Amina. Mulaba lwaki tugula emmoroka baabo. Abo bonna buula bayimiridde awo babadde balinze taxi. Yiyo kati ezze kati bagenda kwekuba. Balabe. That's what they call the rat race. Good morning, Samuela. You guys, do you know the peace of mind that comes with knowing you will get money as a sure deal up to retirement? I would just say, self-employment, you're not sure if the business will survive next year. That's the thing. For me, I find that that's the most scary bit. I've seen people that have grown through ranks. Jory's Game Bites. Hi, how are you? So guys, being employed versus self-employment, which is better and why? That's what we're talking about. I got stepping up. That's not the God thing that she said. She thinks she gives us like that, you know. Now you tell her this. Tell her the quality is yeah. I'm not going out what's up? When you are self-employed, you can face challenges and know how to overcome them. So it's better to be self-employed. Self-employed is the way to financial freedom. Being employed is like a prison, and you'll never be rich. Guys, mulekeraho kwerimba ze nyina abagagga bangi bemmanyi nga babakozesa. Bangi. After being employed needs when still youthful, because you obtain experience and money to improve one's life, but feel the pinch when you are no longer needed due to age of being fired. Yeah, that makes sense. Botuka no kaddiwa. Obviously, name self-employment oyina botuka no kaddiwa nga tokyamalako. Nga business oyina okugivaamu. Greetings, innocent agumanitwe. Hi, Keith. Having been employed in some company helps you give confidence to your side business. Clients, because they will know you are experienced already. Chris Fitness, Chechiriwo. Ronald M. Cassandra, VIP, good morning. Mr. Arthur, also the opportunities for career growth and development. Cons for employment, it has limited job opportunities, low average monthly wages, especially for young employees. Mazima 200K. Oyomugambi about your guys, they are employed but very rich. So if you are employed, people don't get rich. You people that are employed get rich. You just have to know your guys. Let me tell you the avenue some employed people use. One, when you're employed, you have access to credit, because bank yokasera abantu sente zo zigendayo buli mwezi. Bank esobola okuwola sente nga tutaddeyo musingo apart from your salary. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Apart from your salary, fee oyina kuwaayo byapa. Era abantu abamu abali employed abakoze abasobodde okukola ebintu bakolera nnyo ku their access to credit. I know people that are employed that are doing very well, and I know people that are self-employed that are doing terribly badly. Okitegeera even the small like you guys have seen contractors. Sorry guys, network ebadde tujjeko katugirinde stabilizing, but as we owa bodo kulinda at least yafa basiru bagwagwa. We are comparing, as the network stabilizes, we are comparing being employed versus self-employment, which is better. Now you go get your money, yeah. Ayagala sente. Yendo kuzukuka na kubwase. Ayagala sente. Yendo kuzukuka na kubwase. Guys, we are comparing being employed versus self-employment. Which is better and why? Londa ko side tosobola kubeera side zombi jangu tukame kino kye kisinga. Ben Kako, good morning. Ronald M. Kasendo nakubuzizaako sitakyagaye Mr. Arthur, also the opportunity of career growth and development. Okay, you saw me. I am employed and I have started my business too. It would be good for everyone to experience both as it teaches things like policies, systems that can guide your business. The benefits reduce stress. Ronald Muchwa, good morning. Alex, with easy credit sources and employment, if you don't get rich, you have ancestral problems. Thank you very much. Jesse Chawagambye, people that are employed have access to credit. Osobola okufuna loan. Omuntu ali mu employment asobola okufuna loan, abantu abafuna loan up to 100 million. Kati million ezo 10 senga ozifuna, bw'oba tosobodde kukolamu kyamagezi kyekyo Jesse kyagambye nti oba olina ekizibu. Fe abali mu self-employment, okufuna ezo million 10 olina okuba n'ekyapa nga kirimu million nga 3. Okitegeera. That's one advantage that comes with employment. Igumba Jonathan, in short, it all rotates around what someone does and the nature of business at hand. Yes. Pros for self-employment, Mr. Arthur, flexibility and autonomy in work, schedule and decision, potential for high earnings depending on the business or venture, networking opportunities to create jobs. Okay? Paul Offset high. If your target is to get by, life working for someone is the correct thing. But if you want to be financially and stress-free, case, I don't know. Self-employment is the way to go. Remember, the bigger the risk, the bigger the bread. The bigger the risk, the bigger the bread, the bigger the fall. To be before you people, I don't know. I don't know about stress-free when you're self-employed. Why it has a lot of stress. I've seen a lot of people that tried being self-employed and they went back to employment. If I had to choose in my industry, if I had to choose, I would choose to just be a director at a theater. Now my job is to just choose which plays are done and how we do them, which creatives we work with. But my industry gives me no choice. John Jones, Jendi Mr. Jimkana and Diwano, Muna results, Bafrume results, Nimamane Bazijayo, Katsimanyo ba 2 for Basin 2 for Nibaga baby Labo Monkuku. They gave away trophies in private at Mukamba Yamani. But some people in the group where participants were Badibagamba, their script is ever already written. Their script is ever written already. Mr. Arthur, concerning Uganda's economic landscape, self-employment seems to be a more common and potentially viable option. So I suggest if you can only diversify portfolio, then you're good. Guys, we are comparing self-employment versus being employed. Which is better and why? Thank you very much. Yes, Agambye, in Uganda, people self-everything to join employment form of politics. Katori agera bera mu parliament akulimenti yete bamuwanga ku mulimu yekoze soro okuba ina business zakola nga just send za parliament. N'abantu abamu abali mu government offices, they are employed. Naye n'abeera akolaga ntali employed. Brian Tumwina agamba self-employment is better because you work with your own schedule. Guys, The thing with working with your own schedule is a bit overrated. Nti osobola okuba nga olina schedule naye era neekulemesa okukola ki neekulemerera okukozesa okitegeera. So just people who have access to such loans are like 2%. Tonyumiza byakunkozesa because I'm self-employed and okay. Mr. Arthur, take an example of me. I'm employed, but I have some few things that are making me some money at least per week. The best thing is to network. The end goal is to put bread on the table. None is better than the other. Aha, Jay Sekaja. None is better than the other. But I find that the end goal is to put food on the table in a comfortable manner. There are some employment opportunities where you'll go and you'll almost die. Like I work for someone eyayamaze emyezi mukaaga nga abakozi beta basasula, but then self-employment is better there. Okitegeera n'abantu abamu bali mu government okufuna emirimu egye bali kuba mala emyezi 8 nga tebafuna musaala. Self-employment is better because you work okay. It depends on the level of maturity. For young freshers like this kind at campus, Nakama, it's better first be employed, collect money and save plus experience, enjoy self-employment. Sometimes people who are self-employed overwork than those that are employed. Guys, in self-employment we overwork. Tosobora kwewumuza esawa you know kwa I think cha working with your own schedule chiri mu businesses zimu or businesses zimwe nga there is nothing like your own schedule. Like I'll give you an example. Yesterday I did 2 inspections. Okay, when I went to office nenziruka and then I sat in the car and went to do the inspections. I thought I would be done and I was almost like I was done, and then I had to do more. Kati ewange ku mulimu ku office sali nyeyo sina bye nakoze. I'm self-employed and I work with some people, and because some of the things that we had to do tebyakoleddwa because I had to be there for them to be done. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Ebintu ebimu nabadde nyina okubaawo ne bitakolwa because nabadde nyina ewalala gye nkola. So that's a self-employment for you. Ricky agambye. Ricky nkusomye. In Uganda economy, most middle class laborers would choose self-employment all day because the returns are better than working for someone. Middle class laborers. You cannot be a middle class and also a laborer. That's putting two things that cannot be together. Laborer bamanyi. Laborers abantu abakozesa emikono amanyi. Have the same routine every day is also hectic. If you're the kind of person that gets bored, yes, it makes sense. Both employment and self-employment can be great at their peak, but those operating at average often want to switch to the other. Thank you, motion by Benji. Omuntu wabanga bwali mu employment aliku akolera at the average level. Asubira nti eriye wali amakulu. N'omuntu abaye mu self-employment nga naye ali mu average abalowooza eriye wali amakulu. Mr. Arthur, all those options depends on someone's ability, either to be employed or self-employed. All of us have different things in mind. Thank you, Jones. I'm self-employed and I can tell you I work 24/7 and all days of the week. Is that something you would prefer? Wouldn't you want to go home and play with your kids? Sure as hell I would want. But I also know people in employment self-employed. Why? Because they are dedicated to their jobs. Good morning, Henry Modern Jews. Church singer, being employed over self-employment. Church singer. Church singer, guys. Self-employed self-employment or being employed? If you know what it will done, take it, you might teach with it. Money more, money more, Pokemon, money more, yellow doctor, money more, let's touch, money more, penny stacks, money more, and I'm on you all him, money more, yeah. Money more, money more, okay man, money more, penny stacks, and I'm on you home, money. Guys, we are talking about being employed versus self-employment, which is better and why. Church singer, I work 9 to 5, 5 days a week. I get a lot of time for my family, etc. I don't get time. I don't get that time. After employment gives room for specialization and perfection, as tasks are dedicated to specialized teams. Like you, in start of Dynamo, you were marketing, accounting. I'm still all those things. You have, when you're self-employed, you need to know all these things. None is better. Some people are cut out to be employed, then others want to do their own thing. It just depends on the person. Yeah, I want to believe that in a way, me, I was literally made to start things. So I start things and I work with people that help me keep those things up. There are people that are starters. There's that thing. I think we should explore those theories as well. There are people that are visionaries. Niwaba una abantu abatwala ebintu mu maaso. Kyovula abantu Steve Jobs yatandika byatandika naye nga ate alina okukola n'abantu abalala abisigaza nga bakola ki? Nga babitambuza. So they are starters generally in life, and they are visionaries, and then they are people, I don't know what they call it. So guys, we are comparing employment or being employed versus self-employment. Which is better and why? That's what we're talking about. But you never ever take what I say. I need you. But you do what you do ever again. You rock my world, it goes around and round. I love you so, I need you so, I never leave you so. Girl, I tell you this every day, every night, that I really feel you, I can't deny. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Gonna last for long. Time does not wait. Okay, man. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. Since I don't take it for granted. Tomorrow, we will be talking about the two inspections I did yesterday. We bought a Toyota Rumion from the bond. We bought a Subaru Impreza from the bond. And the stories, especially the one of the Subaru Impreza, is really interesting. So you should be here with me for tomorrow's broadcast. And in Random Cat Talk Thursday. I tell you, Chato was a Chibuzo and later Chipods. Yeah, so today we have been comparing being employed versus self-employment. Yeah, and of course, Chairman Zaka, you get the point here. When you're employed, you have room for expertise. You can become a specialist in something. You can specialize and become too good at something. But when you're self-employment, you have to do a bit of everything, which makes specialization or becoming an expert somewhere quite hard. So if you're the kind of person that wants to become good at just one thing and be so good, get in there. If you're the kind of person that wants to be good at multiple things, or if you think you have a calling with certain things, then maybe, just maybe, self-employment is your thing. Self-employment is hypertension. If you guys did not know, hypertension kajja kulinnyamu, ka pressure kajja kulinnyamu, ekyo kyobeera ng'okimanyi kubanga self-employment is not for the faint heart. It's not. I know a lot of people that join self-employment naye ne bavaayo nga bitabuse okitegeera. So guys, kamba siwe tugenda tandika olunaku olw'enkya. You need both because employment can support the self-employment in the future. In Uganda, we are just forced to be self-employed because of bad government. Thank you, Jesse. I'm a very good director, and I think I would be a very good specialist director somewhere, working somewhere. But that somewhere does not exist. It doesn't. So I ended up having to start something that could give me the ability to be a very good director. But then I cannot be a very good director the way I want because I have to do other things for me to be able to direct. So I think life is just not fair, yeah? Where would you get the time to do 2 inspections yesterday at a job? Anyway, to answer your question, everything works for a different personality. Some it's... Guys, I think some of you people think that inspection in Nazuka Kumachani Ngamba, let me start doing inspections. When I started this channel, I did not see myself doing inspections. That I will tell you. But when I started this channel to share knowledge. And I shared knowledge very well. So one time I go Mujukira Council Yunus. I do this interview with Council Yunus. And he says, but Arthur, you have a lot of knowledge. You know a lot about cars. I want you to inspect a car for me. How much will you charge me? And I said how much I would charge. And he said, but that's very little money. That's how it started. And since then, I've been doing inspections. Now, me doing inspections, it's me finding ways to commercialize this channel, to be able to get money to keep the channel running. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So Proma Creations, you see when you compare me being able to do 2 inspections, yeah, and you compare it to someone that is employed, I think you're not being fair to the person that is employed. And I also think you're not being fair to me. Why? Because there are things that happen by virtue of, like, they have to happen. Like, because I started this channel and there's a gap that needs to be filled, then I do it. Ochegera, omuntu ali employed tasobola kukola 2 inspections because that's not the taina bwatandika kukola 2 inspections. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Chiringa, I was seeing a story where someone said abantu ba Central Bank bali bagala kubatakaliye, then agamba abayiga Development Bank bali bagala kubatakaliye. Like oyo muntu abetaka mu UDB. Ettaka eri asobola okulibba by virtue of the fact that akolera mu UDB. Singa batakola mu UDB, the opportunity and the chance for them to steal that land teyalize. ontegeera. So because I am doing content that specialize eriku motoka, and people trust that with the knowledge I have I can help them choose a good car, then I can do inspections. I'll tell you the story of how I ended up doing 2 inspections, and this is like I think it's becoming common knowledge, but I'll tell you why it happens like that. And I can also tell you, I know people that are in employment that get time to do other things. Ngasobola okugenda nakola inspection nga bwe nazikoze nga ne ku mulimu yagenzeeyo. I know a lot of people that can do that. After 85% of our money I got from events, then came here to Bahrain. Remember COVID times, it was not working, but believe me, self-employment seems to overtake the employment. Abadi Mukamura, I don't take it for granted. I'm in both, but all I can say, be well prepared, have structures and systems. Martin Arthur, hi. My point is, through self-employment, you start to think out of the box to create multiple streams of income. Okay, Mr. Commentary Jagamba, I think it's better to first be employed, then become self-employed, because the latter helps you learn good management and customer care skills. And because of freedom from your self-employment, that you can venture into your passion of loving cars. Promo Creations. Ebintu bino tubiraba ngeri ya njawulo. But I know people that came out of school together, that they chose the path of being employed because the opportunity was there. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I know people that went and worked in TV because the opportunities were there, and they are big in TV. They came out, tried self-employment, maybe Ghana, naddayo mu TV, nichimukolera kati ngali waggulu. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. And then I know people that are in self-employment where things are really working out. So I think it has a lot to do with, in employment, you have to be too good. For you to compete with other people, you have to be too good. In self-employment as well, you have to be too good. But in self-employment, I find that you have to be very calculative, more calculative than the employed people. Well, when you retire, your children won't inherit your job. But if you're self-employment, there are high chances you're passing down the knowledge. I'd go for self-employment for your kids. Your kids, you have to, but guys, me, I find that regardless of what you choose to do, I find that being comfortable is one thing that you should prioritize. Obutalwala mangu sukali mumutandika okwegendereza abantu abalwadde ebirwadde biva ku stress abasinga bali mu self employment, abali mu employment abasinga balwadde ebirwadde biva ku kulya unhealthy, well basically living unhealthy. Okitegeera nti abantu, one thing I've realized, abantu abali mu self employment abasinga balwala pressure, abantu abasinga bali mu employment balwala diabetes, because diabetes, from what I've learned, diabetes comes a lot from lifestyle, like as in what do you eat, how do you live and stuff. But pressure comes a lot from the things you go through, either as a choice or not as a choice. But whatever you choose, guys, me, I find that rwana nyo or very comfortable. Rwana nyo, and not that comfortable to the extent that you don't push yourself to work harder, but to be comfortable in a sense that you live a little longer, that you'll be a little bit more healthy, because there is no formula. Tell you formula. When you're on this side, it looks like employment is something that is fantastic. When you're on the side of employment, it's like, oh, self-employment is fantastic. But there is no formula to life. Oinafuna chikolera no chibala bulungi ne chikolera okitegeera. I find that in Uganda, Uganda is business, you see chances of turning business obutono. Most entrepreneurial country. I find that we don't have a choice. Our government does not give enough as a choice. The government does not give them a choice. That's why the government is not fighting them. Na yechi manyi, you know what? Buli muntu ebintu ebigana nga akwata sente nga agula boda. Awasobola ofuna waka sente. So abantu abasinga bavuga boda. Wadi bana boogera naye bajja kula ganze sinza vabo boda sente zenkola no dalisi zikola ku mulimu. Tebaagala yo ku boda, tebaagala yo. Ne ku boda asobola okukola waka sente. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Abantu abasinga batandise retail shops. Tebazitandise out of choice. Nyage n'abalabalamu nga gyakola tebamusasula, and this is a fact. Gyakola tebamusasula, NSSF bamubba, okitegeera agenda okumala omwezi ng'alina amabanja mangi okusinga ne sente z'akola, n'agamba nkolayo ki eno kange ntandika akaduuka kange. So most Ugandans that are self-employed did not do it by choice. They would rather be employed. That's why era abantu abasinga olugira bwe togenda okulaba ng'alinnye ebbaati agenze mukozesa kuba gy'agenze tagenze kwekozesa. Ontegeera. So I find that kyonna ky'okola gwe ng'omuntu, make sure that it sits properly with you, that you're comfortable enough, that you live long enough, because ate tokola bintu binaakutta. Okitegeera. But most of all, I find that everyone should strive to do something that gives them peace, something that sits properly with them. What about ambition? Ambition, and I find that I can achieve most of my ambitions by doing what I do. Yes, it holds me back. Some days I don't want to do inspections, but I have to do the inspections to raise money. Right? So I find that whatever my employment, whatever my self-employment, more employment, to choice in your self-employment actually choice in but it depends. Church call it agwe. Okitegeera. Kambasibule bantu bange. You know that conversation of employment versus self-employment can be long. Can be long. One of these days we shall get someone that is an expert there. Abitumenyere. Tulabe mathematics wa wagatire nnyo. Muyombya Mark Charles Sebaduka, Lucky Mose Joseph Bali Kudembe, Starch Events, Victor Bolaise, Pascal Ima, Adamat Photography, Motion by Benji, Paul Sema Jones, Infocam Base VIP, Pascal Ima VIP, Sambira Daniel Frederick VIP, Richard Aki, Paul Bim, Benjamin Senfuma, Charles Sebaduka, JC Semogerere, Antonio Random Things Presido, Mike Joe, thank you for the 30 Kron, Igumba Jonathan, Fahad Lubuka Nectar, Alif NH, Ntale Samuel, Joris Game Bites, Chiobio Alex, Kanso Patrick Asiku, Innocent Agomenitwe, Keith Raiwa, Chris Fitness Ruvura, Ronald M. Kasendwa VIP, Brigitte Kakai, Ronald Muchwa, Paul Offset, John Jones, Jay Sekaja, Brian Tumwine, Chikawa Riki, Dauda Dawens, Richard Wanga, Christy Minks, Henry Modern Juice, Lawrence Omule, Francis NBA, Timothy, Martin Arthur, Mr. Comita UGVIP, Proma Creations. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. Guys, there is no one way. There is no one size fits all between either self-employment or employment. Before I forget, Arthur, do you know a good Volvo mechanic? I have a friend here, Volvo Mwegezamo Kumuta, Mikolo Kumikolo. I have no idea, Chairman Zag. I think he just needs to go to one of those Volvo specialized garages. That's the thing that we were talking about, I think, yesterday. Someone was saying, mechanical special vehicle. Martin Arthur, your comment in Jisomi Ogambie, when you retire, your children won't inherit your job. But if you're self-employed, there are high chances you're passing down the knowledge. I'd go for self-employment for the case of my kids. I actually think and can't show them Uganda kuba tabadi bange mu bali mu moroka. Batabani bange nali agadde ba diversifying buli omwe akole kyayagala. Okitegeera, not that one. Which one, Martin? Olowooza nnongira ba Martin. Nze no gwe mulaba ndi kulyanda. Ananzija ku hybrid, anaba hybrid yennyini. I'm on battery now. Ate esse ekola. You need, okay. Sijiraba comment muganda wange. Teriiwo. Osobola giddamu. Well, it was about you inviting a Nissan expert to the Chimeza. Munage, you guys will be surprised. some of the Nissan experts bazei bagala mbasasuli. Me, I cannot pay you to give you exposure. There are so many people that I would bring on board, but they want me to pay them. You guys, the highest grossing YouTube video kuno ekoze sente nyingi like yakakole emitwalo nga 2. Naye omuntu ayagala omukyazi ate omuwe ya 3. Naye nga video ekyasinza okukola sente nyingi ku chato kuno like yakakole emitwalo 2. Ontegeera. Naye nga omuntu ayagala yo omuwe ya 3 asobole okujja ku programu yo ayogere. I cannot pay people. Ne moroka zennyini sobola kuzisasula. That's why I don't have a lot of reviews. You go to someone na kubuza kati nfunira wanga nkolekere mmotoka yo. Osegera, the good thing is we keep getting people that can give us cars. So some people bagala mbasasula okubaleta kugundi ku Kimeza. I can't. Kubanga abantu abasinga mwe bafunira exposure. You know, people trust you better if they see you somewhere online. Hey, wonna kulebe ngoyogera kugundi. You get your customers trust you better, but people muna don't understand that. Kati ngaba breakdown. Our breakdown, I offer to buy them fuel. Muwe yone sente. Ninga ayagala ate omwe sente is covering omulimu omulamba. Okitegeera. And it's the same thing that happened with the people that I'm working with. Bensa surokola nange project ka. I pay full amount. I don't even bargain. I pay full amount. Or interior. I had gotten a company that I wanted to come to arrangement with the interior and all the upholstery, but their terms were not good. And I said no, let me pay. So I got someone nice and paid. The same thing that happened with the spraying. Omuntu abayagala kufuula mulekwa. Nze banyamba nnyo nga nkola nze nali mulekwa. Leka ndi kakati ndi mulekwa. Naye kati ffe bamulekwa tulina ebintu bye twayitamu nga tukula. Ne tukaga tukyagala tuyamba. Okitegeera. So any person that wants me to host them on Kimeza, you come. I don't pay you. Kali kachayi ke tunywa walinga tuli ku Kimeza because we don't actually get money out of that content. Akachayi ke tunywa ke tugenda okunywa. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. I don't take anyone for granted. Namu abali mukamoli, namu abala video, and if you're going to watch this video later on in the day, in the week, or in the month, I'd like to remind you that 30th August we're going to be at Valley Theatre, Love for Cars Convention. The ticket is 50,000. We are selling tickets only until 23rd August. I'd like to remind also the guys that would like to advertise in the magazine, the Love of Cars magazine. You should reach out. The number for booking tickets and also advertising in the magazine and the Mica Diary is 0760451116. How do we contact you? Ocheng Nectar Victor, Ocheng Nyeko, Cheng Nyeko 0760 045 116 0760 045 116. That's the number for you to call, guys. Kubintu byenabine for the Love of Cars. Inambi yomujipeko. Edine ku WhatsApp. That number, that person that will answer will be very helpful to you. My personal number is in the description of the channel. Guys, our goal, 0 mileage car in 4 years. Mu myaka ena ngenda bamvuge moroke ya 0 mileage empya brand new Kavera. Tujja gisaba okulula empya. I'm actually eyeing an electric vehicle in 4 years. Mukama atusase na electric vehicle ngaza bei. But in 4 years tugenda tuvuge moroke empya tuku nga ffe tugitandise. Goal mweri ne mu description. So you guys should keep me munzijukizenga mugambe ata watugamba ogenda gula 0 mileage car wawo otuuse nenga yo tugenda jigula bana mukama abampeero omukisa. I'll see you tomorrow on Random Car Talk Thursday. I'm going to be sharing the story of the 2 cars that I inspected yesterday. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao.